So not specifically crochet, but I can't help myself but use yarn. Hey team, welcome to HGDC's Handmade Christmas. Grab yourself a project, get all cozy, and let's start making my Christmas ornaments. Even if you're not really into the Christmas season, hopefully you can just enjoy having some company and feeling a part of a community. I feel that's so important right now. And just enjoy some chill time. I don't actually make very much progress in this vlog. This is very much setting the foundation of what is to come. And so I will also see you for part 2. But for now, let's enjoy part 1. We have our tree up and I cannot wait to get started making decorations. This year I have swapped our, what's the word? Colour combo? What is that word? The theme. This year I've swapped the theme. Previously on this tree we have had silver and blue. Not my cup of tea. There's one random gold in here. Thank you, Teddy. It's not my cup of tea. This tree is the one that Brad purchased when he moved into this home. And this is the colour scheme that he chose that previously went with the decor of the room, which was blue and cold and grey. Oh, big dog, you're going to get in my shot. Oh, hello you. Hello you. I know exactly what I want my theme to be this year. I am going for, how do I even explain the gloriousness that is in my mind? So I'm going for rustic Christmas, but make it sparkle and ever so slightly grunge, alternative. A little bit sassy, not so much spice, but rebellion. However, there's a plot twist. I am on a strict budget to do this tree makeover. Like, I have the grand total of £50. And let me tell you, £50 doesn't go a whole way. It does not go a whole way. Today I went to a beautiful shop with beautiful baubles and ornaments, and they were all approximately £4 each for an individual bauble. I want this tree to be full, like so overflowing, more is more, full. And with £50 at about £4 a bauble, it's not really gonna quite get me there, especially when you take into account that I want to go and get a tree skirt and the one that I want is £30, which leaves me with £20 to decorate my tree. And I'm not gonna lie, at the start, when I realised this, I was a little bit disgruntled, thinking I may as well just leave the tree bare. And then I got my creativity, a brain blast of creativity. And then I took myself onto Pinterest and I created a whole huge massive board full of inspiration. And so it has taken me down the handmade route. And you know what? I am really grateful that I don't have the big, huge, massive budget, because there is so much more fun in creating what it is that I want. My tree is going to be completely unique and bespoke. And I also came to the realization that I don't have to have it all done this year, that I can keep continually adding each year. A few things. First of all, I need to fluff up this tree. So we put it out and we did it quite quickly and we wanted Teddy to join in. I need to take it apart again and start it with the lower level because it's in 3 pieces. It is an artificial tree. I want to fluff it all up and make sure the branches are just filled up a bit more. Probably not this year, but next year I would like to get some more garlands and pop them in there just to give it a fuller look. And the other thing is where the decorations are right now are probably going to move. 1, because we just put them on to let Teddy help, and 2, I still have decorations under here that I want to put on there as well, but for now it's just going to stay like this until Teddy loses a bit more interest in it. He's not like overly into it, but I figured just leave it as it is for now and he can move bits around, and then once he's gone off it I can really work on my magic. The other thing is, I want to just remind you that what you see on social media isn't the whole thing. Like, there's so many pictures and videos and reels and everything popping up of people with like a beautifully curated space, but what you don't see is potentially that person got into debt for that, potentially that person had it all gifted to them so it didn't cost them a single penny, potentially that person is showing you one room that is beautiful but the rest of the house is just not it. Like, please don't compare yourself and just enjoy your family and your Christmas and your traditions. I have a few decorations on here that I want to show you first of all. Some are handmade and some I've purchased, and then we're going to go into the plans of what else I want to make. And then today we're going to start making a couple of bits. Let me start with showing you what is already on the tree. I did what I usually do and I went around the more affordable shops that would be in the lower end of my budget, had a look what was out there. You like them?
Yeah.
It's a biscuit too. Do you like it?
I want some.
Is there any that you like?
Are you getting two?
I don't think I want them, baby. Teddy picked these baubles at a charity shop. I think there's like maybe 10 or so, and we paid 25 pence per bauble, which worked out at about £2.50 for the 10 decorations. We then found a bag of these, and again there was about 10 of them and they were £1, so we purchased those from a charity shop. And then Teddy picked this pack, and this was £2. It has 24 baubles in it and there's like 3 different textures to them. And it also came with these 2 gold stars, which originally I wasn't going to put on there, but I think I am going to. Since then, I've been back to the pound shop and I picked up this pack, which was £2. Yes, the irony is not lost on me. Things in the pound shop no longer cost £1, they cost a lot more. We are where we are. So you can see that it has lots of different designs. Again, it's got like the hammered metal, it's got this spiral one, which is why I picked it up, just so I've got like some different textures on here. And then there's just some bigger versions of what we've already got there. We also picked up 2 packs of these ones, which are in effect giant baubles, and these were £1.50. So I spent £5 because I had 2 of these and 1 of these, and anything that I had prior to this video is not included in this budget because I did have a tiny little bit of, I think I spent around I think I spent maybe £15 last month of my own money. That was my own spending money. I was so excited that I went and got a few Christmas bits. So it's not included in my £50 makeover. And a few of those items weren't even for the tree. They were decor around the room instead. These are my new additions today. Look at that. I absolutely love it. I love the little pop of red. I love the mistletoe, and it's so like simple, minimal, and that it's wooden, and it just gives a whole other dimension to my tree. They look like little cricket balls, and I picked 2 of these up from Dobby's. They've ripped, I don't know why they've ripped the tag, but they've ripped them, and they were $2.99 each, and it's a 6cm wooden bauble. And they had 2 designs, but I decided to go with 2 of these, so it came in at £5.98. So I've spent £10.98, almost £11 on decorations so far. And I've managed to so I've picked up 26 decorations. I want to add in some different ones like this now, just to give the tree. Again, I want it to look like there's a lot going on there. So this is where it's all beginning. And I've actually made 2 decorations. So, close your eyes. That's what I'd say to Teddy. I made this one. What do you think? I used one of our old ones. I think this one was originally silver. And I went in with a hot glue gun and a load of the beads that I had in my collection, and I just stuck them on and continued going until it was completely covered. I saw this idea on Pinterest and I do really like it, but I will say that I possibly applied a little bit too much glue in areas. So up close it looks a little bit more messy than I wanted to, but on the tree nestled in, it just looks lovely. I put in these little crackle beads, but I feel like that one at the bottom makes it look like it's got a bit of a growth. So the placement is key. I put loads of pearls on there as the main thing. I wanted like the shiny neutral. And then I put in some of the others just to give it a little pop and just to make it unique to us. I'm going to change this, whatever this is called, the tie, to a really fancy ribbon, but for now it's just on a piece of, it's actually merino yarn, but it doesn't have the wow factor, so that needs to change. Also, I can't believe I've recorded this the whole time my hoover's been under there. I do need to hoover though. Anyone that doesn't know, before I really got into crochet, I was really into jewellery making, and then crochet took over. I still have a lot of beads left from my jewellery making days, so this is a great way to absorb that. So that is the first decoration. My plan is to make another 1 or 2 this size, and then hopefully to make a couple of bigger ones. I've gone for the random effect where I've just popped them on any old how, but there are some on Pinterest where they are beautifully lined up, and I might do that, but I feel like because this is so random, it is a little bit more forgiving, whereas the precision ones need to be on point. And then I made another one. Also made this one. I'm really pleased with this one. It's actually hanging on my bouquet. It was our 3rd wedding anniversary this weekend, and one of our traditions for our wedding anniversary is to put up the tree. And then later that evening, Brad was putting together a Lego kit that I got for him, and I was working on some bauble decorations that I had in mind, and then I decided to put this one on my flowers, and honestly, it's one of my favourite things I've made in a long time. So again, I just covered one of the baubles. This one was originally blue, and I have put some jute string on it, and then I've put a little bit of ribbon on there. This is actually a navy ribbon, but it's so dark that it looks black, and I want my tree to be black, white, gold, and then a load of like white and glittery in between. So this is very nice. I will say that I found this quite fiddly to do, and the bottom end is, you can really see the glue, so I need to chill out on the glue gun and maybe wrap another layer. It just felt very fiddly on that end, I'm not sure why. But again, from a distance, I feel like it's quite forgiving, it's beautiful, and I made them. Hopefully by the time I've made like 6 to 8 of them that I want to make, I'll have got them to perfection. Maybe I'll make some more the following year. I actually glue gunned the bow on because I felt like it just needed something extra. I absolutely love it. It's so simple, but it's exactly what I want. Give you a close up without the flowers. So cute. Can you see it? Oh, so beautiful. It gives that texture, it gives that rustic element that I want, and it's handmade. And actually, this one cost me just the ribbon, because the yarn that I used was gifted to me by Hobie, and originally it was sent to me for a bag design that I had in mind, but in planning that this yarn didn't work for the design that I had, and so I decided that rather than try and make it work, that I'm going to order some different yarn with my own money instead and complete that design. And so I've got 1, 2, 4, 6, I think I've got 8 spools of this yarn, and it's their Judy 100% jute. So disclaimer, this was gifted to me, and it is 50 grams, and I believe this is like the 4-ply, and I just glue gunned it on. You can see one here that I tried going in a different direction, and it was this blue colour, and then I've covered it in yarn and put the ribbon on, and how amazing, like that's a transformation. I will say, if you are purchasing yarn for this, to find a thicker jute yarn, one that's more like double knit or Aran, just because I think I had trouble with the glue gun because this is such a thinner yarn, and that it would be better if it was thicker. But I have a lot of it, so I'm going to work with it. I want to work on a giant star decoration that I've seen on Pinterest. I want to make the big one so I can see how much yarn it uses up, and then ideally I want to make some smaller versions to put on the tree. I also have lots of wrapping to do, so much wrapping. I need to wrap his advent, so I'll probably do that with you. And yeah, let's just enjoy hand making our Christmas this year. In terms of plans, I want to make the giant star, as I said, and then hopefully some smaller stars to go on there or around the tree. I would also like to have some photographs printed and some prints printed, and I'm looking for some vintage prints. But in all honesty, I don't really have the budget for that, so unless I find something very, very low priced at a charity shop, that will all be for next year. And then I want to make the salt dough garlands, and again I want to make some ornaments that are like handprints of Teddy's hand to go on the tree, and then I'd like to make some stars and some sort of garland. I'd like to get some wooden beads to go on there and make some garlands out of that. I also would like to make some more beaded ornaments. I've seen like the little bows that you can bead. I want to get some pine cones and put bows and twine and hang them on there. So I think by the time I've made a load of this, it is really going to start to fill up, and I am here for it. So let's get started because time is ticking. Giddy up, giddy up. Brad has just messaged to say that he is on his way. So, I'm just going to do a quick check-in with you. First things first, I didn't realise it was going to take so long. You watch all of these reels and everything's all sped up and obviously edited, and they do it like that and it's done. That's not the case for me. I have got this so far. What do you think? That's just not been padded and the rest of them have. It could be wonky. If it's wonky, I'll cry. I'm also holding the yarn double to make it thicker. At first I was like holding the tension really tight and realised I didn't need to. The slack is fine. So I have just been sat here happily gluing and watching my YouTubers decorating their homes. It's coming together. Like when I look at it, I feel like it needs more. When I'm looking here, it's not that far off. So anyway, the baby will be home soon. I'm just trying to think like, how can I do the most? Like I want a bit more on here. And I think what I'm going to do with this one is maybe hold it triple and put a thread of yarn as well, a strand of yarn. So I'll be holding 4 strands in total and just really going for it. So not specifically crochet, but I can't help myself but use yarn. So far I have used a whole glue stick, and I've probably been doing this for maybe 40 minutes and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. It's so much fun. I also love the thought that every year I'm going to bring this out and just remember like sitting here and making it and adding more and more bits to our home. And I've had a real like wave of gratitude and love for our home. Just all the items that we've curated and just our day-to-day life, the organisation that I've put in place. I literally just sat here and thought, like, we did this, I did this. I feel so grateful. And that was just me looking at our under the cupboard under the stairs storage. I just thought, this is our home, this is our life. Christmas cannot be found in a store. I love making things. I love using my hands. I love transforming. It's the transformation, I think, for me, from some skewers and a bit of jute into a beautiful decoration for my home. I'm happy. I will show you an update. I'm just going to keep going until Albie lets me know they're here, and then I'm going to pack it all away and get on with the laundry and all that good stuff. I really need to hang out that laundry because it has been in the machine too long. I found when you are sticking that it's best to hold the glue down either side of the stick and just let it set. No, hold the jute down either side of the stick and just let it set, because it just creates a little bit of slack in the strands of jute, and that just really adds to the way it looks. I've had so much fun doing this. Thank you so much for watching this vlog with me, team. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. Please comment below with a star emoji if you've seen this the whole way through, and I would love to hear if you have any memories of a handmade Christmas. Can you remember making things as a child? Can you remember like your grandparents making items, or your parents, or a family member? Did you used to do certain things at school? I would love to know. Hello. No matter how many times you stick your fingers to the glue, it still hurts.